Welcome to the New Era Podcast, a fresh space where we talk love, life, growth, money moves, marriages, relationships, mindset, and everything in between. Hosted by me, Courtney. This is where real talk meets wisdom, humor, conversations that help you grow through what you're going through. Whether you're navigating relationships, leveling up in life, or just need a word, you're in the right place. It is time to align, thrive, and embrace your next era. Hey, you guys, you just heard that intro. You guys, we are back for another season of the New Era Podcast. I am super excited. As you can see, I have a wonderful guest here, and her name is a comedian. Well, I know her as Comedienne Joy, but her name is Cassandra King. And I am so excited that she accepted my invitation to do this podcast, you guys. And I want you to hear her journey. I actually seen her. I met her maybe a couple of times in person. She probably don't remember, but I actually seen her journey on social media where she went from this phase, that phase, and now what she's doing now is absolutely amazing, and I love to see it. So I'm going to stop talking, and I am going to introduce you to Cassandra King. I'm not sure exactly what name she chooses to go by, but Cassandra King, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. So, as I tell people, it's a conversation with my names. So Joy makes the money, but they know Cassandra at the bank.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, Cassandra doesn't sound cool at all. It's like she should be a secretary, but if you say Comedienne Joy, now that sounds cool.
That does sound cool. So let's talk about it. So when did you start off? Okay, so like I said, I seen you when you were married. So let's talk about your journey, how you started.
That's ghetto.
People want to hear ghetto, child.
It's ghetto.
Ghetto.
So marriage itself is not ghetto. It's just being married to the wrong person is ghetto. So I like to just say I am grateful for each stage of my life because it gave me different things. And if it wasn't for those things, because I can't change history, it's made me the person that I am today. So I had a very short engagement period. So, when you date somebody in a couple of months, you get the facade, like you don't get the real person. And so the thing with me is I'm just myself, right? But when you're seeing other people, you have to give it time. As the old people say, you got to see them in all seasons just to see who they really are. So, I'm thinking because I'm older, I was in my 40s, they were in their 40s. It's like, okay, we're done playing games because I don't play games, I don't have time for that. But by the time you get in it, you like, okay, it's like I married her and now what I'm supposed to do with her. And I'm like, dude, what are we doing? So growing up down south, this is the Bible Belt. I grew up very religious. So, you have a couple of check boxes that you get divorced from. And then it's like, okay, maybe this is an adjustment period. But let me just say, baby, when I found them text messages in the inbox, I said, thank you, Lord. I am out of here when the sun go rise and call my attorney. Finally, I can get out of this. Because, for me, I don't believe that you should have to come home to drama. We live drama in the streets, and I'm coming home to peace. And if I can't have no peace right here, somebody gonna have to go. So seeing my name is on this house, they gotta go. So I, would like to be married. That's probably one more marriage in me, but it gotta be the right person, obviously. I don't have time for games. They're gonna need to have a passport. Because I'm not sitting here and you just think you're taking me to Belsman, that's it. That ain't happening, Captain. So yeah, you need to pick me up from the airport when you can't go, but you're gonna need to be able to go, and that's just real talk. So if it ain't somebody that we can try to enjoy the rest of these years together and keep it moving, because in reality, I have a wonderful life. I have everyday problems like everybody else, but I'm saying overall, I have a flexible schedule. I run my own business. I travel. So if you can't get with that piece, that's just how it is.
Yeah, I love it. So as far as your comedy, did it start before your marriage or after?
Yes. So I was already a comedian, but one of my prayers was I wanted someone to be into Cassandra because Comedienne Joy, they're two different people, right? So the comedian person, I get paid to make people laugh, which is still hilarious to me. you're going to pay me to let me just tell you my crazy inner thoughts. I love it. I'm like, this feel like a drug dealer, but it's legal. I'm getting your money to make you laugh. So it's kind of like therapy. So I was doing comedy started in 2004. And back then, when I was at Faith Chapel, the pastor said he believed all of the members were entrepreneurs. And so people kept telling me I was funny. I wasn't trying to be funny. I was not the class clown. Today, I'm still not out trying to be funny. It's just my inner thoughts, and people laugh at it because these inner thoughts just be for real. And so because I was a Christian, I wanted to also be different. I wanted to have a platform where I could still talk about God and make people laugh, because we know most comedians have potty mouths. And that's not who I am to the core. So I just talked about things that related to everybody, crazy jokes. I was a mom at the time. Well, I'm still a mom, but she was a lot younger. And just talk about everyday life and raising family. And of course, when you go to the Black church, the jokes of all jokes is right there in the church. Because we get tired of the pastor want to take his time. You cannot, sir, let us out today. And folks be sitting there lying. Yeah, take your time. No, lies from the devil. And they need to stop with this juice and communion. The Bible says he turned water into wine. Don't condemn me from drinking, because that's what the Lord said. He said, do it as often as you can. And if I was sitting here now, I'd probably be drinking. But because that's in the Bible. I read the scriptures that pertain to my life and my needs. So, I was doing that at the time. But my ex, did not realize, because he didn't know me before then. So when people would come up to me and we're out, it would bother him. Dude, I can't tell people don't speak to me. One, that's rude. Number two, these people have been a blessing to me. They booked me for events. And that's rude and stupid. So you just need to be all right with it. But I don't do as much comedy now because I'm doing my food tours. So once I transitioned some into doing the food tours on the bus, then that was another layer of contention, because buses are expensive. Like, I own these buses. I have to make sure that they're running. When they break down, it's just a lot of money. And I'll never forget one day when I was sitting there thinking, because when I have to start turning away people, in my mind, that's like you're losing money. You might want to think about expanding. And I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting another bus. Another bus? And in my mind, dude, what are you talking about? Because you're not on the phone turning away people. You're not you're not even involved in the business. So what are we talking about? So I'm just like, well, this here ain't working. Because some people are meant, and there's nothing wrong with it, to clock in every day. Somebody has to go to the clock in place. And then there are other people that have bigger visions, and there's nothing wrong with being an entrepreneur. We need all of these people, right? Because if the clock in people wasn't clocking in to fix the bus, I'm going to be in trouble. So I'm not knocking that. It's just he couldn't see the vision. And so, this thing took off, and I wasn't even expecting to have these buses, because I wanted to be a comedian. Before then, I just wanted to be on TV as a broadcast anchor. But that didn't happen either. Well, it kind of did with my TV show. But sometimes God has bigger plans. And, when things start to kind of happen, I'm like, oh, okay, let's see what I can do with this. Oh, okay. Because even with travel business, in my mind, I've always had a passport. But I didn't think I could go nowhere, like financially, like how would it happen? And I'm afraid to go somewhere. And like, I just know where the airport is and what's the processes. But now, baby, I'll be gone in a minute. You hear me?
But I see on your social media, you're always going. I don't know if you in town or out of town, because you'll post, the food truck, and I mean your what is it?
The bus,
the bus, and then then I see you in Cancun somewhere. So I mean, I don't even know.
But that's the running joke right now with everybody. My friends call me, "You in the country? You out the country?"
Yeah, because we don't know. You keep us guessing. So I wanted to say this. So going back, okay, so we see your timeline. So you were married, and I heard you say you have a child. I didn't know that.
My daughter, she'll be 30 next month.
Oh wow!
I call her my roommate.
Oh wow! I didn't know that. So so you were married, you got divorced. How long did you stay married? A couple of years?
8 long years.
Oh, 8. Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yeah,
okay.
Long. Don't forget the loan.
The loan part. Okay. Long years.
Yes.
So in that, so he got to see. Well, you was a comedian before, but in that process of you being married, then that's when you started your tours.
Yes.
Okay. And what made you start doing the tours? Because what I saw on social media is you going to different restaurants, tasting the different foods. So did that span off into your food tours?
Well, yes and no. So not really, because I enjoyed doing that, and I was doing the TV show promoting the restaurants. But I had a gentleman who was a manager of a bus company, and his sister used to watch the show, and he found me on a tour. And I was on a tour with the Convention Bureau, and he said he wanted to meet me to see what could I do with his party bus. I'm looking like, how did you know I was here? Because obviously I posted, and the driver of the company told him that he was driving me. And also, I had never been on a party bus, so the things I know about a party bus are people doing this right here, and I don't do that right there. Like off, if you didn't know me, I am really boring, right? Like, I do my little two-step dance, and that's all I got. I don't go out. Once I'm done working, that's a wrap. I'm at home. But I was like, a party bus. And so when I was talking to one of my close friends about it, he was like, "Well, why don't you do a food segment on the bus?" And when they told us we would have 2 hours to have the bus, and we started riding through the streets of Birmingham after we shot the food segment, and then that's when it clicked. We don't have food tours. People who watch my TV show said they want to eat where I eat. I can now take them all over the city where I eat, because usually food tours are in certain neighborhoods where you have to walk, and I know we ain't trying to walk that far, for real, for real. And the places I supported are local restaurants throughout Metro Birmingham. So that's what I started doing. And thank God for a mentor. She hosted food tours in North Carolina, but I met her at a food event. She helped me to, tighten up a few things. And it's been 8 years this week that I've been doing these food tours. So it's amazing.
And you have 2 buses now.
Yes, I have 2 party buses and also have a Sprinter van. So I use the Sprinter van more for airport pickups. I don't talk about the artist transportation that I do because I just don't. But it's more intimate. I also use it when I go to Uncle Nearest to the distillery tours. So that's a lot of things that I do that I don't talk about, but I do a lot that I do talk about. And I guess I need to start now pushing more of the civil rights tours that I do, but I usually get them in groups, especially because we're in this crazy season. So, and I do football games. I haven't really gotten people that say, hey, they want to go to Alabama State, but baby, when it's time to roll tide, I'm going to say roll tide, because those Alabama fans have been good to me.
Oh, wow. So where can people actually book your bus?
On my website, comedienjoy.com. If you go there, I just try to make it easy, because what I was realizing is I started out with the show Dining Out with Comedienne Joy, then I started food tours, and I'm doing this and that. I'm like, you know what? People need one place to find me. So I just put everything on comedienjoy.com, and they can see everything from that to the travel, or just email me and say, can you do this?
Wow. I love it. I love how the opportunity came to you. You didn't find it. The opportunity came to you, and you expound on it. And look where you are now, 8 years.
8 years. That is wild to me, because there are a lot of restaurants that started with me. They're not open. Wow. Now, and I'm not going to tell you that it has been easy, because it has not. And I laugh because a lot of people look at me and be like, ooh, I want to get a bus. I want to do what you do. And I just say, good luck, Chuck. And I'm not being mean, but those buses cost a lot of money. It costs a lot of money to maintain. So once you get the bus, the other hard part is you got to go and find the decision maker of these restaurants. So that's the hard part, because now it ain't like, I know 2 people who work there. Okay, are they the decision maker? Right. Then you got to find more people if you're going to do a long tour, because you got to have choices. You also got to think about, these people don't want to see you every day. You also got to realize restaurants close. It's a hard business for them. So that right there's been the most challenging part. And so like a lot of times people will be like, oh, your tour look fun. I want to book your tour. I want to go blah, blah, blah. Well, I might not go there. You got to be flexible, and let me tell you where we're going based off of, oh my God, so many factors. One, can they accept us, because staffing is still real? Can we get in there that night? They may have a private event. Sometimes these restaurants, we friends today, but baby, tomorrow we done fell out, we done closed, I'm finna do something else. And then the other thing when people get, girl, can we talk about these food tours? Why everybody got to have food allergies? How come old people now, they don't eat rice? What were you eating all your life? Not everybody, I can't eat chicken off the bone. Why you can't? The chicken tender came off the bone. Oh, I got a seafood allergy. I want this part of the chicken. Oh, I don't eat pork. I don't eat beef. I don't eat this. Then somebody told me, make sure the food is low salt. Baby, I can't help your mama old and she got high blood pressure. She better take a pill and get on this bus. See, you done made me release some therapy right here. It's all of that stuff. Then they have all these people. Then they want to get to the restaurant. I tell them we get the same thing because it needs to happen quickly. We're going to eat in 20 minutes. We got to be out. How can we go to so many places in a short period of time if y'all sitting here want to be cackalaking? Oh, I want to order this. I want this. I'm just like ninjas. So throughout this process to keep my sanity and not, hurting somebody from working my nerves, I had to refine my process. So now, and then people, we can't be on time. Why we can't be on time? Why people think they pay $120 if they own that bus in my time and my staff? Oh, boo-boo, no, you don't. See, you'd open up a whole can of worms. Therapy session. So now what I tell people, if you are late for the tour, you can meet us, but you're not eating to the next stop. Because once I've asked them to bring that food out, I'm not going to have them running back and forth because then you want us to sit and wait on you. The next restaurant is sitting there waiting on us. The thing I don't want to happen is for them to say, Joy, where you at? Because somebody else is also trying to get in the restaurant. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk today.
I love it. So how many is in, like, once they book, how many restaurants do y'all go to in that time frame?
So right now we're going to 5 places in 4 hours, but the more that I'm starting to think about also the fact that I feel like sometimes we rush people because people really do enjoy riding on the bus and Bluetoothing their music and dancing with their friends. Also, I'm thinking about at the end, they're full and they're taking home to-go plates. This is the first time I publicly said it, but I'm literally thinking about making it 4 stops in 2026. So that way we can also slow it down some. They're full, it's just some people feel like, again, I got to get all my money's worth. Sometimes it's about making adjustments. And that way we can just slow the party down some. So it's kind of like a relationship. You can't just keep being in a one-night stand. You got to make love to what you're doing. So that is what I'm leaning towards in 2026. Also, because I realize that food cost is expensive, I need to be able to give more to my restaurant partners. They have not asked me for nothing. Like, it's not free, but I do pay them. But I feel like because they have to go through more and pay more for food, I need to be able to do my part to support them as well.
Wow. I love it, Joy. I absolutely love it. I mean, I had no idea all of that is wrapped up in there. Because we on social media, you see you partying, you see you here and stuff like that. I personally have seen. I've been at a restaurant and I seen your van out there, but I don't think you was there. But yeah, so I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it. So I wanted to say, now that you have your van, you have all of this, what made you get into travel? Did it come to you also?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. So during COVID, one of my friends, she's a travel agent, but it's one of the network marketing companies. And it was like, hey, join my team. Again, in my mind, I want to go somewhere. Again, didn't know how it happened, anything. So I joined the team for probably like 9 months or so. And then one day I was just searching online and I saw a company it's called Jamaica Fam Trips. So a fam trip is short for familiarization trip, and that's basically where travel agents can go to a particular area and they get familiar with the destination and some resorts. So I went there. It was in Jamaica. I'm like, cool, okay, cool. I get to meet some other travel agents, and I'm going to Jamaica. I'm thinking, hey, it was gonna be fun, some pool parties or something. Baby, let me tell you what. And I was excited because it was all Black travel agents. We had to sneak away to get in the pool because all we did was look at resorts and sit in traffic. The crazy part was it was doing what it was supposed to do. I didn't realize what it was supposed to do. So, but I hear these agents talking travel agent talk, and I'm just sitting there smiling because I don't know what they're talking about. I'm just like, okay. But I was like, when I came back, I was like, we looked at all these resorts. I'm tired of looking at resorts. Why? All these rooms that look the same. I'm over it. Again, because I didn't really grasp what I was supposed to be doing. So I said, this company had one. Let me Google and see if another company has one. So I found another company. It was called Mexico Fam Trips. I kind of Googled it, try to make sure it was legit. Talked to one of the agents. They said, heard about it. Okay, so now I'm going to Mexico. Again, I'm sitting at the table with travel agents. talking travel agent talk. I don't know what they're talking about. At that moment, I said, fool, pay attention to what they're talking about because you could expand your business. You already offer local tours. Why not offer international trips? Ding, 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 ding. And that's when the light bulb came on. So the company that actually hosts those Mexico trips asked me to work for her company. That was the best decision ever because it's a smaller company, but they're hands on. I know so much now about why we look at rooms, what to look for in destinations. So when I think about that moment, I was like, that was crazy. I'm going to go on something, but didn't take advantage of it. But I'm so happy I learned to take advantage of it because now I'm very knowledgeable in terms of travel and stuff like that. So for me, we are comfortable with like a Mexico or Jamaica, but I'm trying to encourage people step outside of that box. It's a big old world out there, and baby, let me tell you, it's some things to see, some things to eat, some experience to experience. So 4th of July, I was in Peru and I went by myself.
Wow.
It was amazing. I love Peru. Peru is cheap. Let me tell you, I left here with 300 American dollars. Of course, I got it changed over to their money. It was $1,000. I felt rich.
Oh, oh wow.
Yeah.
I
And the
love
food
that.
was so good. I was like, oh my gosh. So when it comes to travel, I would suggest people work with somebody who does travel, not somebody that just say, hey, I can send you here or there, because that person knows the destination. They know what to look for because you can ask me about some places and I can tell you it's a lot of cats there. It's dogs there. They have these animals called quatis there, monkeys. Okay, double lock all your doors. If you go to Colombia, I need to school you on the vendors because sometimes it's just their culture. It's things you need to know to make your experience better.
Yeah. I love it. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. So with that, how long have you been doing travel?
4 years. Just
Oh,
re-signed that contract 2 weeks ago too.
oh my God, Joe. I didn't know you were doing all of that long. It hadn't seemed like
Yes, and I reached my travel goal for the year. I'm super excited, and I got a family booking I'm ready to put in. And shoot, I'm working on next year's goal.
oh yeah, go ahead, girl. I mean,
Yeah.
so where can they book you for travel? And on your website as well,
Yep,
correct?
comedienjoy.com. They go under Eat, Drink, and Fly.
All right. I love it. I love how you have combined all of and you have just expanded, expanded, expanded. So let me ask you, what is next for you? First, are you gonna date? Are you dating? Are you open to dating? Are
Not
you
dating, open to dating. Yeah, I'm open. This now, you know what? It's so creepy out there because
oh yeah.
people play too many games. And then I gotta ask questions I used to talk about in my jokes, but you gotta be real. You gotta ask people, do they like ladies only? Because folks be on too many teams now, and I ain't with all of that stuff. Folks be swipping and swapping, and it's just too much.
It is. It is. Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
but I
be
mean, I'm
careful.
open to it. I prefer to have a brother or somebody brown because right now you can't be doing the other side. They too much. They don't be knowing what hate speech is, and that's just too much.
So at least you're open to dating. I know sometimes when people get divorced, then they be like, "I'm good." So, but you're open to marriage again, correct?
Yeah, why you got somebody in mind?
I'm not, not right, not right now.
Brother, uncle, grandfather.
So, what is next for you? Like, what is your next thing? What you got, currently going on? I know you said 2026 a couple of times. So, what is next for Comedienne Joy?
That's a good question. Right now, I mean, I'm just happy in this space. Because things have kind of fallen in my lap, I just try to keep going. I laugh and joke. I said, I know one thing for sure because I do work for a travel agency. I will always keep my buses because that no one can fire me from that. Because I got fired a lot, doing comedy. And people ask how did I become a comedian because I kept getting fired. But that's the one thing people can't take away from me. So if the buses go well, it's on me. If the buses suck, it's on me. But if Oprah wrote me a check today and want to buy that company, baby, you would say, "Where's her social media handles, baby?" I'll be deactivate so fast. I'll be on a little island somewhere eating some fruit and some churros. But whatever happens, I guess I'm kind of open, but I'm not looking forward to expanding into nothing because I'm getting younger. I like my flexibility. So the thing, even with the buses, because I do have an amazing team that keep it going when I'm not here, which is probably why you didn't see me that day. I like the fact that in a week from now I'm gonna be in Greece for 9 days, but I can still make behind the scenes happen with the bus. I got a team that, hey, they want to know when can I get on the bus. I'm ready to go, and they get rave reviews. Sometimes people get mad at me because I'm the whip cracker. I have rules.
Yeah, you got boundaries. This is your brand. This is your business. So yeah, exactly. So I seen that you incorporated cruises also into your thing. So yeah.
Yes, yes. So for those who love cruises, and what I again tell people, you got to talk to people who actually go on these trips because all cruise ships matter. Different cruises offer different things. So if you're looking for a certain experience, so when people ask me about trips, I need to know what vibe you want. You taking your family, you just taking your boo thing, you want to get away, you want to do all of this, because all of that matters. I went on a ship one time. When I got off of that ship, I'm like, never again. I hate the brand. I can't stand y'all. You're only good, in my opinion, for people with accessibility needs. I went back on a different ship, same company. I was like, okay, I can't wait to come back. All those things matter. So, when you're booking trips, you need to talk to somebody who is knowledgeable. And also, let me put this out here for some people that's like, I don't believe in travel agents. I don't need no agents. The commission is already built into the trip. So if you see it online, the commission is already in there. If you book it yourself, you're just giving everything to the company. If you let an agent book it, then at least that helps their business and you're still going to wherever you're going. And you have that person who's an advocate for you. So if something goes south, you're not on the phone on hold trying to figure it out. They are. And if they're great, they have relationships with these companies who can expedite things to happen. So that's the one thing that I love. I've made lots of friendships, relationships, and even the other day I sent an email because I have a client going to one of my favorite overwater bungalows and I wanted him to have the happy anniversary banner. She said they don't do that anymore. She said, but I remember when you came on our trip. She said, but we could leave something nice in his room. Thank you, ma'am. Mm-hmm. All of that right there.
Yeah, because you built the relationship. I myself was a former travel agent. I was one for 10 years. So I understand the communication when you're saying a lot of people think that, this travel agent going to take my money, yada, yada, yada. And then you got to make sure you get the right one. You got to make sure that you're not sending a money or a check made payable to Joy Comedienne because it don't go that way. And that's how a lot of people get scammed. A lot of people get scammed like that. So, right. But yeah, so I appreciate you, Joy, for sitting down on this podcast with me. It has been great. It has been phenomenal. And I am very sure that you have encouraged some lady to step outside their comfort zone and do things that they probably never would have done before, because I'm quite sure 10 years down the road, you probably didn't even see yourself doing any of what you're doing now.
None. Zero. Zilch. Nothing.
And see, that's what makes it so God amazing, because you trusted the process. You trusted God. Like you said, you got fired from many jobs before. You stepped off to be a comedian, and now look where God has taken your path. So I absolutely love it. So any final words before we close out this podcast?
I just want to piggyback on what you said. You have to step outside the box. You got to trust God, and it's going to be hard, but guess what? Whatever you're doing might be hard. So go through the hard to get through the easier part, and you're not going to see it all in the beginning. You're just not. Because if God showed me all the maintenance bills, I would have said, I ain't doing this. If he would have showed me all the times that bus was going to break down with people on it, I'll be like, I'm not doing this. But at the same time, he showed me favor with the amazing people that have had great experiences that's also rebooking the bus. So pick your heart and just do it anyway. Because guess what? You ain't got but one time to live the life you want to live. And if you don't work towards it, you still going to be stuck right there, investment. No shade to investment. I'm just saying. Press it.
Amen, amen, and amen. So again, thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate you guys listening to this episode. If you're watching us on YouTube or you're listening to us on Apple or Spotify, wherever you're getting your podcast, then make sure that you give us a review, give us a like, and comment down below. And I'm going to put all of Joy's information in this description so that you can click the link. You can book a room, you can book a tour, you can book all the things and everything. So thank you so much. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye for now. And this closes out the New Era podcast. Bye.